Shalom and welcome to Parasha Espresso, the weekly fix for spiritual lessons taken from the Parasha. Grab your coffee and let's take a look at the weekly Torah reading. This week we'll be looking at Parasha Teitzei, which runs from Deuteronomy chapter 21 verse 10 to chapter 25 verse 19. Enjoy it, and don't forget to give us your feedback on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or via our website.
Love your cyber neighbor as yourself. It started with text messages, but soon she was being harassed on Snapchat and Instagram, being told she had no friends and that she was a loser. Ultimately, this constant trolling led to Marilee Grossman, a 12-year-old girl, taking her own life. What a tragedy. Today, we are more connected than ever before. Hundreds of social media apps vie for our time and interest and encourage us to share our lives with others, sometimes even strangers. But among the incredible possibilities that the internet and social media brings us, there are also some downsides. Internet harassment has led us to coin the phrase cyberbullying to describe online bullying that occurs particularly among teenagers and young people. We're more connected than ever before, yes, but not necessarily in a way that will benefit all of society. Today we're again winding back the clocks and going back to an age long before Facebook, Twitter, and cyberbullying. Moses once again takes center stage and continues to recount God's various different laws to the new generation who are still waiting to cross over into the land of promise. This week Moses outlines various social laws concerning negligence, stealing, property, divorce, and immigration. While it might initially appear to be an eclectic potpourri of random laws, the common theme that we find again and again is a concern for our neighbor. Or, to put it succinctly, 𝐓𝐞𝐢𝐭𝐳𝐞𝐢, love your neighbor as yourself. God and Moses are concerned that we treat each other well in society, that we don't harm each other on purpose or through negligence, but there is also a contingency plan for the times that we actually do hurt each other. Reading these laws, we can see why so much of Western society was founded on these values, some of which sound incredibly tolerant. And of course, tolerance has been the buzzword for a number of years now, with the mantra being, people can do whatever they want as long as they don't harm each other or claim that there's only one truth. But what in theory sounds great is in practice something entirely different. As I write this, the world is far more divided than ever before. Great schisms seem to have appeared in societies, and extremists are flourishing. Tolerance is the buzzword and the theory, but it's not the reality. We've lost our understanding of what true tolerance really is, disagreeing with someone, but allowing their point of view to stand, even if we do disagree. But as I said, we don't have tolerance. We have cyberbullying. We don't have respect. We have argument and hate speech. And we don't have open discussion. We have shouting matches. It doesn't seem to be working. Let's rewind once more to Moses. Earlier in Vayikra, God doesn't tell us to tolerate our neighbor, he tells us to love him or her. But what is love? Simply put, according to God, love is selflessness, caring more about others than we do ourselves, thinking about how our actions will affect others instead of just doing what we want. Looking at life today, we can easily become hopeless. After all, cyberbullying and hate speech are on the rise, and open discussion with respect on any number of major issues seems to be out of the question. Thankfully, we can have hope because of someone who truly did love others as they should have. 2,000 years ago, Yeshua the Messiah came to a world that hated and despised him, and it ultimately killed him. And yet through his choice to die on our behalf, he has rescued us from hate and malice and given us the chance to live a life of love. True love, where we care more about everyone else than we do ourselves. Because we understand that there is a God out there who loves us and cares for us more than we could ever begin to grasp. The Messiah, who became a curse for us as he hung on that tree in fulfillment of a verse in this week's Parasha, took the fall for us. That's more than tolerance. That's love, true love, the kind that you and I so desperately need to be filled with, so that we can love others as we should. I sincerely hope that no one else dies because of cyberbullying, like Marilee Grossman. But we live in a world where our actions affect others, and no matter how we'd like to avoid what other people think and do, we're confronted with it on a daily basis. We might not be cyberbullies, but ultimately we're part of the problem because we're corrupt, morally bankrupt human beings. We oppress each other, or we choose to believe the lie that we don't matter and that we're not important. If you've ever been a victim of cyberbullying, then I encourage you to read the words that God Himself tells us in the Bible. Because of God, you are important, you are special, and you do matter. God has made you for a wonderful purpose. The question for all of us is, are we willing to give up our desire for a weak, independent tolerance and embrace genuine sacrificial love or not? Yeshua loved us as He needed to, and He wants you and I to love others as we need to as well. The question for us and the question for you is, are you willing?
That's it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed our Parasha Espresso. Please don't forget to subscribe to make sure you get the latest episodes. We'd love to hear from you, so please get in touch with us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or via our website at 𝐏𝐚𝐫𝐚𝐬𝐡.